The night with the navigator Ricardo Torres. Good to
Thank
have you in
you
the
very
house.
much.
Thank you for being here, my friend.
No problem.
Always one of my favorite nights of the week.
Oh yeah, no, I was looking forward to this night.
Yeah, I was too. All day I was just like, God, this sucks. Been under the hood of that stupid freaking truck all day, and oh, look, I got a YouTube mail message. All right. Anyway, hey, we're gonna kick it off. Our boy Brandon Hart has a new song that he came out with called "Neighbors," and we're gonna kick off to that right now and give you a little musical interlude before we start. Get you in the right mood, get you feeling right, get your head straight, connect your neck. Anyway, here we go with Brandon Hart. Yeah. That was our boy Brandon Hart. That's a good song, actually, and that's very pertinent to this time. I mean, it's talking about neighbors. What happened to neighbors? What happened to forgiveness?
Exactly.
The streets are on fire. Everybody's lighting each other up. You know, everybody's offended and upset and wound up about all this bullshit. And, you know, I mean,
it's crazy.
That's like, when do we go back to living our lives?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it all comes down to, I think that people, it comes down to everybody's just become complacent. And now things are erupting and you know, we've gone from this place of complacency to now everybody's just upset and offended. And just mad at everybody. And, you know, it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
It shouldn't be that way.
We should be looking out for one another, and we don't. You know, instead we look at our affiliations with whatever politics we happen to have.
Oh my God.
You know, and it's absolutely silly. I mean, it's so fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, really, our day-to-day life I mean, it doesn't necessarily change, right? The people we interact with, the things that we do, our children. I mean, and it's just like all this extra, this stress and this nonsense is thrown upon everything, and it's. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter who the president is.
No,
because it's going to be that way regardless. Because that's what they want.
Yeah,
and I mean, like Brandon was just talking about. You know, I think there was a line in there where he's like, you know, said what happened to neighbors. He's talking about you know, keeping us divided, and I mean that's the goal, is to keep people divided.
Yeah,
and you know, over what? A yard sign?
Yeah.
The hat that you're wearing?
It shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't. And, you know, I think reasonable people get that. But I think that also, I don't know. I think that people have been kind of whipped up into this frenzy over all this stuff. And it doesn't matter right wing, left wing, whatever. No. I get along with people from either side of the table.
It's fine.
As long as you're willing to have a conversation. And I'm willing to have a conversation.
Exactly.
I don't have anything that I'm just like, liver to no socialism.
Oh my God.
We live in a socialist country as it is. Wake up. What is the fire department? What is the police department?
Yeah.
What is your public library? What is the school system?
Yeah.
It's all socialism.
Yeah.
Because what pays for it? Your fucking taxes pay for it. You dingling.
Yeah.
It ain't like we're not living in a socialist country already, you know. I mean, people they make this connotation with socialism that it's like communism. You know?
No,
they're two different things.
Yeah, exactly.
But we already live in a socialist society, and there's no doubt about it. I mean, what pays for the military?
Yeah, our taxes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what pays for? I mean, any number of things.
Oh yeah.
I mean, for Social Security, for fuck's sake, you get a Social Security card, and Jesus Christ, this thing's all poppy. I mean, you get a Social Security card at what age? Second grade, I think, when I got mine.
Yeah.
Second, third grade. What's that? Social is the first word.
Yep.
Security, that's socialism. Yeah. It's socialism. Yeah. It's not a bad thing.
No.
It's not necessarily, well, the way they've treated Social Security is not a good thing.
Yeah. But it's like we're just so used to it that it's like part of our lives now. And then immediately as soon as you bring up socialism, it's like, oh no, it's bad.
Right. And you know, and I mean, really we've, you know, our kids and we grew up under the false pretense. I mean, you know, it was always democracy. We don't live in a democracy, people. It's a representative republic.
Yeah.
That's why we have people like Pelosi and Schumer and McConnell and all these ding-dongs.
Yeah.
They are supposed to represent us.
Yeah.
Right? So that's a representative republic. It is not a democracy.
And when is Schumer or Pelosi or McConnell going to represent you? Never.
They never have. They never will. They never will. And democracy is a bad idea too.
Yeah.
I mean, because you think about it, rule of the people, right? Majority rules, okay? And like I've made the analogy before, somebody decides I shouldn't have my bicycle because it's nicer than their bicycle.
Yeah.
Even though I've worked hard, saved up for my bicycle. But say the people in the neighborhood decide, well, Mike shouldn't have that bicycle. We're gonna take it from him. Majority rules. So I lose my bicycle?
No.
I mean, really, on a grand scheme, that's what that's what democracy is, and it's not a good idea. That's why I'm an anarchist. And people, they connotate anarchy with these idiots that are lighting shit on fire. Well, the major tenet of anarchy is to do no harm.
Yeah.
And it's respect for a person's property and their person.
Yeah.
Right? Like you respect everybody. Like, you know, do unto others. It's become a dysphomistic word. And, you know, they refer to anybody that's out in the streets lighting shit on fire and acting like a jackass as anarchists. It's like, no, they're not anarchists. They're fucking terrorists.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're out there lighting shit on fire.
Yeah,
and you're wearing a fucking mask because you're too chicken shit to fucking show your face, right?
You're a terrorist.
Dude, you're not an anarchist. You're a terrorist. You're a domestic terrorist. Don't even have to throw domestic in front of that. You're just a fucking terrorist. You know, I mean, when you're out there destroying the property of others and then declaring to be anti-fascist, I mean, that Antifa shit.
Oh my God.
You got a bunch of little, you know, Jesus Christ.
So stupid.
Oh, yeah, a bunch of little kids that didn't get their way.
Yeah.
that want to scream at this guy because the orange man got elected or whatever they're doing. And then they're stopping innocent people on their way. I mean, I saw that in Portland. They're stopping innocent people just trying to get to work.
Yeah.
Threatening them. I mean, what right do they have to do that?
Right.
And that's not anarchy, by the way, people. That is not anarchy.
Yeah.
That is domestic terrorism.
Yeah.
That's just terrorism, period. It's not anarchy, because an anarchist does not do that.
Yeah.
And people need to get in touch with what the meaning of anarchy actually is. It's not going out and just terrorizing people and lighting shit on fire and blowing shit up and acting like a little baby that didn't get their way.
Yeah, no.
And laying on the ground and screaming and kicking and crying, like having a little temper tantrum. That's what these fucking idiots are doing, these Antifa fucks. What a bunch of fucking pussies. You heard me, Antifa. You're a bunch of fucking pussies. Bring it on out here to Wyoming. Let's see how that fucking shit goes for you.
Yeah.
Fucking jackasses. And the same with all the other fucking morons that want to go out and fight in the streets with each other.
Oh, my God.
A bunch of fucking idiots. I don't care what side of the fence you're on. You want to go out and fight in the streets and light shit on fire and destroy things.
It doesn't matter.
Dude, it doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on. You're a bunch of fucking morons. I mean, it's so back to this opening song. What happened to neighbors?
Yeah.
What happened to talking to your next door neighbor? What happened to having a conversation? What happened to having discourse with somebody? What happened to, I mean, it's cliche, but the idea of agreeing to disagree.
Yeah. And
or what about just like keeping your political opinions in your own hat?
Exactly.
And if you have something that you feel strongly about, you can speak out and you can have the classic argument. Argument's not a bad thing.
No. No, it's good because it actually allows you to express yourself and allows your person to express themselves, and then you reach a happy medium.
Certainly.
Without trying to change your person's views or anything. No.
Yeah, it's discourse, man.
Yeah.
It's like sitting down and saying, okay, this is what I think, this is why I think.
Yeah.
And then you have the right to say, okay, well, this is what I think.
Exactly.
And then you go, oh, okay, well, I understand that point that you made.
Yeah. I'm
willing to agree with you on that.
Yeah.
And maybe you say the same thing to her, maybe if you and I are, you okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so maybe we looked at something a little bit different from another person's point of view.
But that's fine. It's
right, and it's good. It's healthy. It's what needs to happen, but we don't have that happening.
No.
We don't have it happening at all, and it's absolutely horrible. I mean, there's just this mentality of being just ungodly triggered.
No. Let me give you an anecdote. Like, as soon as we got Jane, I was walking her through our neighborhood without a leash. And one neighbor saw me walking her, and she was like, "Oh, it's fine. It's just a puppy." And but another neighbor saw me, and it's like I lit up a fire on her ass because she went and got her car and chased me around. And she's like, "You're not supposed to have your dog without a leash." And I was like,
"Where was this at?"
At 3DX. So
there's no leash law out there.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, you know what? Just give me like an hour, and I'll go get her a leash. Just fucking calm down.
There's not even a leash law in Wyoming. Like the only thing that I've read the statutes, it says if your dog is causing a threat towards somebody else, or if your dog is a threat or a menace or whatever, then you should have it on a leash.
Yeah.
But when you're outside of city limits, which you are out there, there's no leash law. There's not. Is there a what do they call it? I'm trying to think of the word. We have it here in this neighborhood. Basically, a neighborhood agreement that you want to do certain things. I can't even think.
No, there's nothing like that out there. Stupid. It's like,
I didn't think so. Yeah, there's no leash law.
But I mean, I still got her a leash and everything, and now
Jesus
every time I walk in front of that neighbor's house, I'm like,
do you tase her?
Yeah,
I'm like, the lady.
No, it's like
she comes out. You need a leash, lady.
Yeah. No, but it's like every time I walk in front of her house, I'm like, hey, look, I've got her on a leash. Because it's like...
It's a small dog, though, right?
Yeah.
What's the lady worried about?
I have no idea.
I mean, why does she even need to be out near the street anyways? I mean, you're out there in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, people just want to have shit to bitch about.
Yeah, exactly.
I think, it's like they just, they got nothing better to do. And so they're just going to complain. And
no, I agree. Because
just nuts.
I don't even think that lady has dogs. Or maybe she keeps them like kenneled or whatever. But she's like, Every time I walk in front of the house, I'm like, look, I've got a leash for her.
That's hilarious. It's funny too. Telling that story, there's a guy that I painted his house here in town, and his neighbor had a dog that kept shitting in his front yard. And he did like a $3 million renovation on his home.
My God.
And he had security cameras set up and everything.
Yeah.
And so he got a picture of the dog shitting right out in front, and he printed it off.
Yeah.
And put it on a little billboard type deal that he put in his front yard. And so the guy comes by with the dog, and there's a picture of him standing there watching his dog shit in this dude's front yard, Oh, God, I was laughing so hard. I was like, dude, that's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
But there's a situation where, hey,
Yeah.
I don't know. I always laugh about that, too, because there was an episode of Seinfeld where at the end he was talking about if the aliens were actually looking down on us and they saw us picking up dog shit, they're going to be like, who owns who? Who owns who?
Yeah.
You see some guy falling behind the dog,
It's like
plastic baggie picking up its shit, It's
Does the dog own you, or do you own the dog? It's like...
It's a good question. I mean, really.
No, but I mean, I don't have a problem picking up my dog's poop because
sure.
I do it all the time, but it's like...
Yeah, but why should you... if the dog's not... I mean, it's obviously not ever attacked anybody.
No.
It's not attacked her.
Oh, my God. She's like...
So dumb.
She's like such a cowardly dog that she's like...
Yeah.
Immediately, as soon as she sees another dog, she runs back home because it's like...
Yeah. Yeah. No, we had a big issue here with dogs on the golf course. I mean, that's why I'm not a member of the country club anymore, because of that whole fiasco. I mean, it caused the whole community of the country club to just break up and just go ballistic, And at the time, I mean, I had a dog here, and my son would go out and pick up the dog. I mean, he was out there picking up deer shit and everything. They would have cattle come through fence breaks out there, and they had cattle walking across the greens, right? I mean, you know what a cow does to a golf green?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they destroy it.
Yeah.
And they're bitching about, there's one lady who there was a couple ladies that had little tiny dogs, and they would go out and play early morning.
Okay.
And they would have the push carts, because that was their exercise.
Yeah.
And then they'd bring their little dogs. And the little dogs, that was their exercise too.
Yeah, but
they weren't hurting anything. I mean, they were threatening to like kick these ladies out of the like remove them because they were.
Oh, come on!
And I mean, I remember going in there and I'm like, "What the hell are you talking?" I said, "I've had a dog on this course for forever." And they're, well, you're okay because everybody's seen your son out there picking up that dog doo doo.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
And I'm like, yeah, and he's picking up deer doo doo, and you've got cows coming out on the corner. Yeah, it's like I was like, I sat there at that meeting that night. I said, "You guys are like $660,000 in debt right now."
Yeah.
And your job as board members is to become solvent.
Yeah.
Not to kick members out because they have little dogs out on the it's like, this is Wyoming.
It's retarded.
What the fuck? I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. It's not like you're walking down, walking through Manhattan or something with a goddamn pit bull off the leash or something. I mean, you're talking about old ladies with little lap dogs. I mean, it's the dog's exercise, it's the ladies' exercise. Good for them. Good for them. They're out doing something.
No, I mean, Jane
it's
is
good.
Like probably like this size, but it's like still a small dog. So it's like,
and you're in the country.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. And it's not like a vicious attack dog. No. It's not like you're walking around with a goddamn Rottweiler that's been caged up and has a weight around its neck or a fucking, Doberman Pinscher or something.
Yeah.
I mean.
No, I mean, she likes to bark, but that's it. It's like. It's like,
I'm sure it's really threatening too. I mean, it's like, ooh, that's terrifying. Yeah. Those are the ones I always hear. Oh, the neighborhood barking dog. Nothing like the neighborhood barking dog.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy, man. People just look for shit to just get wound up and triggered off of. It's just
no. But see, the crazy thing is, like, after that neighbor came and talked to me that day, she went and got another neighbor to come and talk to me because
that's what they do.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
They do that around here too. When we had a big freeze years back and it killed all the junipers, and I just caught nothing but flack because I didn't pull those things out.
Okay.
And then I kept getting it more and more from different, like they were all talking to me. So I just left them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're coming over knocking on the doors like, you really should pull those bushes out because, they're a fire hazard. I'm like, I live in a brick house. I mean, I was at the point where I was literally going to go buy a bunch of purple spray paint and just spray paint the dead fuckers purple just to fuck with them, you know? Like, you know, go mind your business, you know? Like, mind your business. You'll fucking live longer, you know? Don't come over here and knock on my door about the fucking dead bushes around the house. I mean, fuck off, you know? I mean, go take care of your fucking shit, you know? Just put your blinders on and don't worry about what I'm doing. But they all got to do that, you know?
Yeah.
They all got to be in your business, and they're always staring at you, and they're always fucking...
Yeah, exactly. That pisses me off.
It's like... every move you make, man. Yeah.
It's like, don't you have enough stuff to do?
Don't you have a life?
Yeah.
Like, nothing better to do? I mean... You just, you know, it's crazy, man. And that's what they do around here. It's just, it's bizarre. I mean, you know, you sit there and you think, oh, we live in Wyoming, you know?
Yeah. It's like the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, the mentality around here is like, leave us alone, you know, mind your own business.
Yeah.
And, you know, and it's just like they can't do it. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. God. You should just start throwing your dog's shit in that lady's yard. I remember when we were kids, man. There was this guy that lived up the street, and he had like these black labs.
Okay.
And he was big, fat, he was big, fat, and lazy. And he had like the dog whistles, and he had them like on his Suburban. So he'd take these labs out, right? But he'd be in his Suburban, so the dogs would follow him.
Okay.
And he'd drive by our house, and never failed that one of them would stop and shit in our yard, right? And my dad would be out there like doing work and shit, and you know, doing something. And I mean, it got to the point he got so angry.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have a dog at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He'd just get pissed, and so finally one day I'm out there and I'm in the driveway, and I'm on my little freestyle. I'm doing my little tricks, you know, and you know, doing my little endos and freestyle tricks and this and that, and the dog shits in the yard and then takes off running, you know, after, and my dad had it. He goes in the garage, he gets like you know, they used to keep the old ice cream buckets, you know.
Yeah.
He grabs one, he goes, "Give me the bike." And I'm like, "What?" Okay, fine. You know, I give him the bike.
Yeah.
And he goes up to the pile of, and he scoops it up into the ice cream bucket, and he rides my little bike, big full grown man, up the street, and he goes to the door, and he flings it right on the door.
Good.
All the dog shit, and then he rings the doorbell, and then he gets on my bike and rides it back home.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and he just hands me the bike back and just goes back to what he's doing without saying a word, and I'm over there going,
okay.
I could just imagine the look on those people's faces.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's how you used to handle it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was funny.
No, but, you know, I'm actually waiting for it to snow the first time, because that's when people stop picking up shit. And then, then I'll let my dogs loose, and I'll be like, yeah, just go poop everywhere.
Go right over there.
Yep.
Yeah. No, there was a guy across the way that he would scream at Jax because our yellow lab would run across, and he would always poop right there.
Yeah.
But it was out on the golf course. It wasn't on his
fine.
property. I mean, he has a fence over there, you know. And so one day I'm sitting out there with my buddy, and he comes out and he starts yelling at Jackson. And I'm like, all right, that's it.
Yeah.
And so I'm out there with my neighbor and then my other good buddy, and he's a big dude, and you know, he's usually packing a piece on his side. You know?
Yeah.
He's a gun guy, and he's kind of a big dude. He's bigger than me, you know. And I'm like, hold on, fellas. You know, we're having a conversation. This guy's yelling at my son, and I went across, and I just tore into him. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Yeah.
I'm like, if you fucking yell at my kid ever again, I was like, you and I are going to have fucking special problems. I'm like, if you have something to say to me.
Yeah, you say it to my face.
You come across the fucking fairway, and you fucking ring my doorbell, and I'm more than happy to have a conversation. I said, but you've seen my kid out here. I said, he picks up the dog shit out here every fucking week. And he picks up shit that doesn't even belong to our dog. It's like, you know, I'm like, so you know that. It's like, this is not your property. I said, are you a member of the country club? And he's like, no. I was like, well, I am.
Yeah.
I said, I'm a gold member, as a matter of fact, believe it or not. Even though I don't look like it.
Yeah.
You know? I'm like, so my dog can shit on this golf course, and we will pick it up, you know? And it's like, you don't have to come out. I said, you yell at my kid again, man. I said, that's it. And he hasn't, I've not heard a peep out of him ever since, you know? I mean, but of course, when I'm getting on him, I turn around, and here comes my neighbor and then my other buddy. And, you know, the three of us are kind of threatening, you know? I mean,
yeah,
I was being threatening, but, you know, he's yelling at my kid.
Yeah,
he
exactly.
doesn't have any right to do that. If he's got a problem, I mean, he knows that we pick the shit up.
Yeah.
I mean, when we did, I mean, every week he'd go out there and pick it up. I mean, it was not like, I mean, I didn't make him go do it instantly. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, you know, if there's deer, I mean, you got animals everywhere out here. We've got mountain lions,
Yeah.
and raccoons, and fucking deer and
Yeah.
antelope, and everybody
All
else
kinds
has
of
dogs,
shit.
and cattle coming in. And,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, whatever. And besides, if you can't hit your drive further than our house from the tee box, then you should be playing golf anyways. I mean,
Yeah.
It's not like you're worried about stepping in dog. I mean, it's just dumb.
Yeah.
But it's just an instance of somebody that just can't mind their fucking business, you know? They got to get in the middle of shit and just stir it up, man. That's just crazy.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I mean,
you should just go light off a bunch of fucking bottle rockets at that lady's house.
yeah.
Wait till it gets to be winter and just go stage out a whole line of them. It's just time to some cannon fuse and sit back, just pew pew.
Maybe I'll let you know so you can tape it.
Yeah, that'd be great, man. Oh God, we did that to my to our in high school to one of our teachers. We set up a whole barrage in front of the house and went up and banged on the door and ran across the street and hid in the bushes and lit him off. He came out. It was like the 4th of July in the front yard.
No, but let me say, you know what's crazy is like my dogs have never shed on her property because her property is like the last property you can get to on 3DX. So it's like,
what the hell?
and then yet she still got in her truck and chased my dogs and me and came and complained. It's like, what?
Did you tell her, show me the, did you say, show me the statue?
No, I was like, you know what? Okay, I'll go get her a leash now, but just stop.
I would say, show me the statute.
Yeah.
There isn't one. I've looked it up.
No, and
There's not.
It's funny because there was also another neighbor who was out with her dog, and she's like, "What is her problem? Because you are picking up the dog crap." So it's like,
yeah,
what's her deal?
Well, and how's she know you're picking up the dog?
Yeah.
So she's watching you too.
Yeah,
So she has nothing better. She knows.
Yeah,
She knows
exactly.
you're picking up the dog shit
Yeah.
because she's been watching.
exactly.
I mean, what the hell else you got to do? Oh, but make sure this guy's picking up that dog shit.
Yeah,
Son of a bitch! You better pick that. Better do it. Better,
Yeah.
better pick that dog shit. You know. I mean, so she's been bird dogging you too, man.
yeah. I
That's
guess
what's crazy, man.
they don't have anything better to do.
It's like the people that get up in the morning and they get on that PCSO.crime graphics site and they look to see who got arrested the night before.
Oh my god,
And then they take the shots and they.
it's like fucking stupid. It's like
you're
don't
sitting,
they have anything better to do?
Well, they get a joy out of other people's misery. You know, it's like they're. And then like I said, that drives me nuts when I get those things texted to me, and I'm like, quit texting me this shit.
Yeah,
I don't want to see a picture of somebody that I know who got arrested last night on some bullshit and had it, you know, I mean, that's the thing too in a small town like that. I want to get into this a little bit because this fucking shit pisses me off because in this country, you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty.
yeah,
Right? So you get picked up in this town for something. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't do it. However, the next morning, there's your mugshot on this website, and it's got a list of what they're charging you with.
yeah,
And so that's put out there to everybody in the fucking community and all these old bags. And I'm talking to you old bags that look at this shit every fucking morning. You suck.
yeah.
And then they send it. They take screenshots and they send it to people.
And
It's
then
like if it's
everyone
somebody
knows.
And,
It's
and
like,
then so it doesn't even, and when you have your day in court,
yeah,
it doesn't fucking matter if you are acquitted of all charges or if you are convicted.
no, because they already They already made the decision in their minds
when they put it out there.
Yeah,
And you're not even convicted at that point.
Yeah.
In time. It's bullshit. And hey, City of Cody, take that shit off there. It's bullshit. You guys put this out there. It's crap because you got people that didn't even commit whatever they're being charged with. They get acquitted. Do you print a retraction?
No.
Do you come out and say, hey, so-and-so, Michael File, was not
exactly.
guilty of whatever charge?
Yeah.
No, you don't do that. You don't do that.
Yeah.
It just, and so from there on,
you are
like when I had that
guilty.
crazy person living here that I was trying to get rid of and couldn't because of the goddamn eviction moratoriums and all the technicalities and this and that. My biggest concern was that I'm going to have somebody locked in the back room beating herself up and then calling the police and then they show up and I've been in the garage working and they're going to show up and you've got a
it's your
female
fault.
that's beat herself up and accuses me of it. Who are they going to arrest?
You.
And then what's going to go in the fucking stupid ass fucking website and the funny papers? It's going to be Michael File is this, that, and the other fucking thing, even though I've done nothing. And then to try and come back from that, especially as a business owner, it's very difficult. And that's what this town does to people, man. I've never lived anywhere in my life that thrives off the misery of others. Like this place. I mean, to sit there and I mean, to put it on a website. Like
for everyone to see. It's like,
I mean, just like hypothetically speaking.
And until
let's say my buddy's like hooked up with a psycho woman. Right. And she does exactly what the scenario I put out there, right? And she calls the police. And you got a rookie cop shows up, doesn't know my buddy. He's got to take somebody away. He's looking at a female that's all beat up, even though she inflicted it upon herself. And they grab him, and although there's no signs on his hands of any kind of physical, and he's like, what? I mean, say the guy's been out in the garage working on a piece of furniture or working on a car or a bike or something. Who knows? All of a sudden he's in jail. His picture's up on the internet. Everybody's looking at it the next morning. All these old bags who put it out there and then start texting it to everybody.
Exactly. That's the problem, that they start texting it and then it becomes a huge deal.
And it's like they're bringing themselves up on the misery. They're like, oh, look at I'm the first one to know. Check. It's like they think that they're getting attention by sending something like that out. That's bullshit. It's so chicken shit, man. And I hate that about this town. And I really wish it would stop. And I hope that somebody out there is listening to this and understands what I'm saying, because it's bullshit. And I've been meaning to approach this for a while, because I think it's horseshit. If a man is guilty of something, if a woman is guilty of something, they're going to have their day in court. And if they are convicted of the charges, fine.
Then it's okay.
Put it out there. Fine.
But until then.
You don't got to do that to people. You ain't got to do that to people. I mean, and the thing is that after that, they're guilty of it regardless. Because nothing about their day, even if they get acquitted. It doesn't matter. Because see him? He remember he got picked up on. I know he got off, but it was a technical. Shit like that.
It shouldn't be that way, because it's like.
It shouldn't, and it's bullshit. And this is the only town I've ever lived in like this. I mean, it's just complete and utter bullshit. And Cody Police Department and the city of Cody and anybody involved with it right now, I hope you're fucking listening to what I have to say, because anybody that lives in this town ought to look at this as horse shit, because it absolutely is. It really is. I mean, as soon as somebody is even accused of something, boom, their picture's up there. And they're getting texted all over, and all these old bags, these clucking hens. Are you? And you know what? And there's a bunch of dudes out there that are in the same boat, and you're a bunch of goats. Not greatest of all time, just goats. Tin can eating fucking hillbilly goats. There ain't no reason to. I don't even look at that shit.
No,
I don't want to see it.
No, I ignore
I mean, it doesn't make me happy to see somebody that I know has now had their life ruined. Does that make me feel better?
No.
I want to see people elevate. I want to see people get better and do better. And this is the only community that I've ever lived in where people think that by stepping on the backs of others, they're going to raise themselves. They're going to elevate themselves.
No.
And the thing is, you're not. You can't. If your neighbor's doing good, you're doing good. If the people around you in your community are doing well and prospering and getting better, then you're doing
everyone.
Better. Right, In this town, it seems like if somebody's doing good, they just want to see them drop down and fall. And then they sit back and they think that it makes them better. And it's like, no, that's not the case. That's not the case in life. It's not the case anywhere you live. I mean, you want to see your. Exactly. I want to see you doing well. Man. I don't want to see you. I mean, we met not too long ago. But I would never want to see anything bad happen to you, even if I didn't know you.
The same way.
I mean, even the people that I really don't care for, I still don't want to see them in jail. I don't want to see them going down a horrible path that's going to ruin their lives. I mean, if somebody I don't get along with or whatever, you know what? Hey, I've got my right to just stay away from that person. It doesn't mean I wish them ill. I don't. I wish them well. I hope that they're fine. I mean, if they've done something personally to me, then we'll settle that on a personal basis.
It's like, working at a liquor store, we regularly get like 5 customers every day that are like assholes.
Right.
And you just
You just deal with them,
yeah.
right? You learn how to like handle them and just get them on their way. And
just get them out of there ASAP.
Well, and in a liquor store too, a lot of them are probably going through like DTs and having withdrawals. And
but you know what? It's not my problem. It's like my problem is to sell them the liquor and get them out of there.
As long as they pay and they don't steal, it's not a personal thing.
But if I see someone friendly like you, for example, it's like, oh yeah, let's talk.
Yeah, right. And I mean, I mean, it's, but you don't wish those people any ill. No. You don't sit there and think, well, fuck, I hope they get fucking pulled over out there and go get a DUI and go to.
You know what? It's so funny because it's immediately out of my mind like that. It's like,
right, yeah.
And I had to learn that working there because it's like if you're gonna torture yourself because of the way other people act, it's like, nah.
Well, yeah, and it's like my old buddy Pierre told me, rest in peace, Pierre. But he said, mind your business. You'll live longer.
Yep,
it's true. It is true. I mean, I just don't understand it around this town. So anyway, if anybody in this town does hear this and has anything to weigh in on this situation, I would like to hear from you because I really don't understand what good at all is being done by having this website. And I mean, the only reason the Cody Enterprise has subscribers is because whatever night it is that paper comes out with the whole list of people that have been in trouble. Yeah. I mean, growing up, that's what everybody. I mean, they'd get the paper and they'd turn right to that page. Oh, look what so and so did. Look what this page. Look. They're on the phone with each. And it's like, why the fuck are you doing this? Yeah. It's like, is your life really that shitty?
Yeah, that you don't have anything better to look.
You're really lacking.
Yeah, it's
that much in your life.
You don't have anything better to do than look after who got in trouble. So
look what Ricardo did. He got a ticket for having a dog at large on 3DX. Yeah, in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly.
Look at what Ricardo did. He had a dog at large. I'm gonna call somebody. I mean, what the fuck? Dog at large. Did you see that in there all the time too?
Yeah.
If you look at that stupid paper, I haven't looked at that.
Oh no,
paper
I don't even look at that. It's like
it's such a rag.
Yeah,
it's a piece of shit. It's got Jesus Christ. I don't even know how it's still in business.
Yeah, no, but it's so funny because I think I looked at that paper once, like in 2017, and ever since I was like,
"There's nothing."
Are you reading this? Honestly, are you reading this?
It was funny because the whole time I was in prison, my grandmother bought me a subscription to it, so I would get it delivered to me.
My god!
In prison in Los Angeles, and I would sit there with my buddy Josh, and we would read through and just laugh because it's so retarded. Yeah. I mean, it's just like, what in the fuck are you talking about? They're talking about a deer task force. They got these guys running around town and deer task force, like tactical jackets, and they're like culling the deer. It's like, I could send out a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
These deer are so dumb. I mean, they're mangy and just disgusting. That's like, really? Like you're out there hunting bin Laden or something?
Yeah.
I mean, you got your jacket, deer task force. What?
No.
Dumbass deer.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like,
they're probably
give me a break.
Smarter than you.
Yeah. But honestly, it's like,
I mean, they're out there shooting
do you honestly waste so much time that you gotta be chasing deer?
Right. Yeah. I mean, they're still everywhere.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. And whatever, who cares?
No, but the other day it cracked me up. It was like Tuesday and I drove my son to school and we actually saw 3 cops pull 3 cars over and we were like, what the heck is going on? The cops don't have anything better to do than
No, they have nothing to do.
Yeah.
And then backup always shows up.
Yeah.
It never fails. I mean, the one time that I've been pulled over in the 8 years that I've been free was for having tags that were out of date by 5 days. And had the one officer pull up, and then within minutes, there was 2 others.
Oh, my God.
And I'd gotten out of the vehicle. I asked him, can I get out of the vehicle? Because I knew he'd run my plates. I knew he knew who I was and my record and shit. And I wanted to make sure I was like, I would like to look at my plates because I said, I guarantee that I bought the tags. And I said, and you can look that up on your computer in your car.
Yeah.
Which he went and did. But then backup shows up, right? And I'm sitting there waiting for him to come up with the information, and they're coming up to me, and they're like in my face, and they're those little midget rookies. And I'm like, and I'm being respectful to them. I'm like, how are you, sir? And they're like, what's going on here? And I'm like, there's just been a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
I said, I purchased the tags for my truck. It's October 5th. They were supposed to be purchased by, the first of the month. I bought them. I said, your compadre over here is in his car. He's looking it up. And we're just trying to get to the bottom of it. I said, either the tags are in the console of my truck or they're at my shop, which is like a minute up the street. I'm like, and they're like, well, it's your responsibility.
Exactly.
It's your responsibility to show. I said, I understand that it's my responsibility, and I'm not saying that it's not. I said, I'm taking responsibility. I should have put them on. I said, but somehow and then I realized what had happened.
Yeah.
That I'd walked out of the courthouse and I didn't put them on the truck. I started talking to somebody that I hadn't seen in a while, and I just got in the truck and spaced it. It was 5 days after. They can look and see.
Yeah.
And he looked and saw it. He writes me a warning. These little midgets are sitting there going, it's your responsibility. And I'm like, yes, I understand that. We've already established this. It's like, we have gone down this route. We know that. I'm not posing any threat to anybody. I'm standing here just being a civil and decent human being, just waiting for this officer to look it all, and he comes out and he looked it up and he's like, well, I'm writing you a warrant. I'm like, okay, fine. That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I was like, if you want to follow me up to my shop, I said, we'll resolve this in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And I did. Within 30 seconds, I was pulled up in my shop. I found the stupid tags. I put them on the truck. And I called dispatch and said, hey, and of course I knew the dispatch person and they said, oh, Mike, were you the one that just, and I said, yeah. And I said, could you put me in contact with the officer? And the person on the other end said, I don't really wish to speak with that officer right now for any reason. And I said, could you leave him a note? And that person said, yes, I will. And I said, thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah.
And never had any issue since, but who knows? That probably went out on their little, alert thing or whatever they have on there that I got pulled over and got a warning for out of date tags.
No, it happened
when I had the tags already. I mean, it shouldn't have even been a warning. Should have been like, we'll put the tags on.
Yeah, it happened to my wife.
Three officers show up. Three in a city.
Yeah.
3 officers showing up for some guy that's 5 days out of date on his tags.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, it's crazy.
I mean, these cats, what the fuck are they doing?
But let me say, it happened to my wife in front of the KOA campground. She was coming home one night, and then she was doing 62 in a 55 zone.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's a prisonable offense right there. 7 miles over.
And she was like, sir, I live like 2 miles off. You just get off 3DX, and that's where I live. And she's like, oh no, ma'am, you were breaking the law. So he wrote her a ticket, and I was like, what the heck?
For 7 miles an hour over. Speed limits are dumb.
Yeah.
Okay, I can understand them in a hospital or a school zone, right? Okay, other than that, I mean, it's going to take care of itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is. I've always felt like that. I mean, I had guys that, when we first moved in here, there was a yo-yo that lived up the street that had one of those crotch rockets.
Yeah.
And he'd go flying by here at 60, 70 miles an hour.
Oh, my God.
And Jackson had just started riding a bike. So he's driving out, I mean, he's going to school. He's going out the front of the bike, I mean, and that guy's coming around the corner, and you can't see him.
Yeah.
And finally one night, he went flying by. I got my truck, got right behind him, drove up on his yard. Banged on the door. I said, dude,
you've got to watch it.
I said, if I ever see you driving by my house that fast again, I said, you're not going to need a fucking lawyer.
Yeah.
Are we clear? And guess what?
He never drove.
It quit.
Yeah.
It quit. It stopped. And I mean, that's the thing that people need to understand is that we are well capable as human beings of taking care of situations. We don't need these agencies to do our bidding for us, man. It's like if somebody's fucked up and doing something that's screwy, we're going to take care of it.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll handle it our own way. And I mean, it's like now like you think about like the Old West, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you did something fucked up, dude. You're on the street.
There was no cop.
Boom.
Yeah.
You're in a gunfight.
Yeah.
Right. And really, I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're being a jackass,
you're probably gonna die.
I'm not advocating just cold-blooded murder.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you got somebody that's I mean, if you got a dude that's beating on women or molesting children, anybody that's preying on the weak, I see no problem with taking it in your own hands. And I'm not saying be a fucking vigilante or anything.
No.
But the justice system obviously does not fucking work.
Yeah.
Because like child molesters, they have the highest recidivism rate of any type of criminal. It's child molesters, and then bank robbers are number 2 behind them. And these molesters, these pedophiles, they get 18 to 24 months. Then they're back on the street doing it again.
No.
And I used to catch shit from my case manager. She'd be like, "File, why do you fucking, why are you always messing with these fucking dudes and this?"
Because
they're. And I'm like, and she's like, they didn't do, most of them didn't even ever touch a kid. They just had, possession of the kiddie porn. And I'd say, "Listen, Miss Leap," I'm not gonna say her name, but I say, "Listen, here's the deal. Every one of those images that they had on their computers." I said, they might not, maybe they didn't get charged, or maybe they didn't get convicted, or maybe they didn't get caught touching a kid. But I said, every one of those children on those fucking goddamn, on the photographs, whatever the fuck it is they're looking at. I said, I don't even know, and I wouldn't know what the fuck it is they're looking at. But I said, every one of those children
could be my kid.
Every image is a ruined child's life. And I said, I don't give a shit if that motherfucker didn't get convicted of touching it.
Yeah.
But the shit he was involved in was a ruined child's life.
Like he was getting pleasure out of that, and he didn't even think about it.
Or he was selling it, or whatever. I mean, I knew some cats, and they were like, I don't know how they do it. They put it on however the fuck, they're disseminating it, basically. Yeah. And they'd say, "Well, I really have no. I just sell." And it's like, okay, so you're even worse.
Yeah, you're selling it.
You were fucking profiting off of children's lives that were ruined, and you're a bigger piece of shit than these other motherfuckers, because not only did you let that
you
happen,
were making a profit,
being greedy over it.
Yeah,
and so you were profiting from innocent children's lives being fucking ruined.
Yeah,
and after I told her that, my case manager, she was like, I think she looked at it a little bit differently.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't give a shit if you're watching it and beating off, or if you're selling it, or if you're involved, whatever. If you're involved in it in any fucking way whatsoever, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree 100%.
Kick fucking rocks, dude. You're fucking done. You're on blast, and you're on hit. And I mean, that's the way I looked at it, man. I mean, the night I left, man, the night I left prison, the old man that was working was a fill-in, and I was on my side of the unit. And the white TV room was on the other side, so they locked the grills up. And so the homies on the one side that had the black TV room, they're like, they're like, "Hey, File, you can watch TV in here tonight if you want. Yeah. We know you're getting out in the morning."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Cool, man, I ain't gonna sleep." So, but I went up to the grill, right? And I rapped on the grill, and this is an old ass CO, old dude. He looks over at me and he's like, "What?" And I said, "Excuse me, sir." I said, "I just wanted to let you know." I said, I'm asking if you would allow the black TV room to stay open through the night. I said, the gentleman in there said I could watch TV with them. My TV room's on the other side of the grill, and obviously I'm not going to be able to get over there. And he's like, "What's your last name?" And I tell him, "It's File," and he asked for my inmate number. I give it to him. And he types it up on his computer, and he looks over at me and goes, "You don't like chomos, do you?" And I'm like,
No,
sir." And he goes, "Yeah, I can tell." Because everything about me is coming up, and all the incidents I'd had with the child molesters and shit. And so he proceeds to tell me, he goes, "I'm just a fill-in anymore." He goes, "Back in my day, I would have let you do whatever you wanted."
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, you can see I can't stand these motherfuckers." And he's like, "I see that." He goes, "You're fine."
Yeah.
He goes, "I'll let you keep the TV room open all night." And he goes, "Looks like Officer so-and-so is coming for you in the morning about 4:30 a.m. So be ready to go." I said, "I'm ready to go." And it was funny too, because the guy that came to get me, he had marched me to the shoe a number of times for fucking with child molesters. And he's walking behind me. It's 4:30 a.m. It's still dark. He's walking across the yard, right? And I'm in he handcuffed me, which I'm getting out, dude.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like, what the fuck? But he did, because he knew I didn't like him. And he didn't like me either, so he's walking behind me, right? And so I'm cuffed behind him. And he's got his hands on the cuff, and he's like, "When you come back, File, I'm gonna be waiting for you." And we get up close to the gate, and I say, "You know what, officer?
I'm not going
so-and-so, I'm not gonna say his name." But I was like, "You know what, dude?" I said, "If it wasn't for this job, you'd be fucking unemployed, because you couldn't manage hot dog on a stick, and you ain't ever gonna see my fucking ass again." And I get up, and the lieutenant's standing there waiting, and he's like, "File, how are you this morning?" And I said, "I'm good, sir. How are you?" And he said, "I'm doing well." And he goes, "Where are you heading?" And I'd look at Mraz. I said, "You're done, man." And the lieutenant looked at me like, "What?" And he walks me, and he goes, "Where are you going, Files?" And I said, "I'm heading to Wyoming, sir." And he goes, "Wyoming?" He goes, "I've been to Chugwater for the chili." And I said, "That's good chili down there, isn't it?" And he said, "Yes, it is." I said, all right. And he got me up the front. I said, thank you, sir. Have a good one. I hope I never see you again, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, same here, you know?
Yeah.
Put my street clothes down at the door. But it was just funny, man. That I don't know what that dude's problem was. He was always mad at me because I would, you know, I'd mess with the child molesters. But,
No.
well, I mean, they deserve it.
Yeah.
They messed with little kids.
Yeah.
And then, you know, then they get a dude like
No.
me.
Those guys.
They get a dude like me to
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and they were lucky because, I mean, it used to be open season on those dudes in the prison system. Now, if you put hands on them, you get an automatic 5-year bit.
What?
Yeah, they consider it a hate crime. So I had to deal with them in a different way. Like,
Yeah.
I would deal with them. I'd make their lives miserable in a different way.
Yeah.
Like kind of psychological warfare rather than just going and beating the fuck out of them, which
Yeah.
is oftentimes a lot more rewarding. You
Yeah.
know? Because
Well, for you it is.
well, yeah, and well, yeah, certainly, and you don't end up in the shoe, and nobody gets beat up
Yeah.
or anything like that. But yet they know that, hey, you know, this is what you can and can't do, and I don't know, man. I just have never liked that shit.
Yeah.
Anybody who exerts their will over somebody that's not able to
Yeah,
stand
that's-
up for themselves, you know
No,
what I mean?
that's especially a child who cannot protect
Right.
himself. It's like,
Well, and yeah, not and physically and mentally, psychologically. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a whole different thing too. I mean, it's not only a matter of physical dominance, but it's something that screws a child up their whole entire fucking life.
mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's something that can never be fixed. It
Yeah.
can't. It's not going to go away. It's going to mess
No.
with.
And it's always going to be in the back of their minds up until they die. So it's like,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, and it yeah, it takes away confidence, and it all sorts of things.
Oh, yeah.
Man. There's all sorts of ramifications that come from that shit, you know. And I mean, I don't know, man. I don't like that
No,
shit. You know?
I stand behind you on this because it's like,
yeah, I mean, who's
oh my God, I hate child molesters. So
right?
it's like,
And, I mean, they're basically just a different kind of bully. I mean, I can't
Yeah.
stand bullies either. You know, I've been called a bully before just because
No.
I'm outspoken, but I'm not. I will stand up for the underdog any day
Yeah.
of the week. What I do, however, is if I see somebody being a bully,
yeah,
I call them out. Those
Yeah.
are the people that I always have fought. Those are the people that I've gone to fists with, you know, and
Yeah.
I've beat the shit out of because I can't stand that shit. I don't like it, you know. I never have, and I've not ever tried to be a bully towards anybody except for the bullies. I've
Yeah.
bullied the bullies, and
Good.
I always will. I always will.
yeah,
I don't care.
no.
I mean,
glad.
they meet their match. You know what I mean? It's like, and sometimes I've been called a bully for doing that, but whatever.
It's okay. Yeah,
I mean, somebody's got to put somebody in check once in a while, you know. And I mean, I don't know. That's the thing I think is that, like, if society was let alone to do what it would do,
yeah,
that I think that we'd take care of these problems on our own, and we wouldn't need these governing forces to do it,
yeah,
or supposedly do it in our, you know. I mean, how many times you see that people get off on they get off on charges and shit because they use the legal system.
Yeah.
And
you're like,
they find loopholes and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, the motherfucker's guilty.
Yeah,
but yet
exactly.
Some bitch gets off and over a technicality or some shit, you know. And if we didn't have that whole system in place,
yeah,
you know, I mean, it'd be like the old days, tarred and feathered,
yeah.
like Joseph Smith. Oops, did I say that? He got tarred and feathered. He did.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. It's a fact. It's a fact.
I know.
But I'm not making shit
No,
up.
no.
And it doesn't mean I don't love you, Mormons. Okay, I do. I'm just saying, Joseph Smith was tarred and feathered.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's a fact. It's it's not like I'm telling a lie.
No.
I mean, it's, you know, I know. It's not a lie. I mean, it's there.
No. I know.
I'll look it up right now.
No.
I mean, I got the whole world right
no,
here
no,
in
no.
this little fucking thing.
I'll
right
tell you that he got tarred and feathered. But
here. You know.
Yeah.
What did they tell you when you became a Mormon? How'd they explain that?
that it was a mistake, or
It was a mistake. He didn't molest that girl. That's what it was over, right?
yeah,
I mean, it was a mistake. It was a mistake that he stuck his tallywhacker in that 15-year-old. I don't know that happened. I'm sorry. I could have gone too far.
Oh my God.
But he was tarred and feathered in Missouri, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was.
Was it Missouri?
Yeah.
Oh
Oh my God.
God, yeah. There's a whole. When did he got tarred? How many times was Joseph Smith tarred and feathered? He was tarred and feathered once on March 24th, 1832. Oh, this was in Ohio. He was taken from his home by a mob of men in Hiram, Ohio.
March 24th.
Can you imagine being tarred and feathered in 1832? Dude, how do you get that shit off?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, and it's got to be hot as fuck. I mean, okay, this is, the infuriated mob. This is History of the Saints.
Oh, no.
History of the Saints.org.
No. Do not look at okay. That's crap.
Well, I'm just going through this.
Yeah.
Oh.
No. I've had enough.
There's so many of these. All these are coming from okay.
LDS.
I'm just trying to find something that's like legitimate. A lot of these are just all from
yeah.
This is the Library of Congress. This one will probably that should be legit, but probably not. Well, there was an illustration in Harper's Magazine in 1853. Wow, they've got engravings of it and everything. Holy shit. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sitting there. I don't. Whatever, man. I don't.
It's
I
fine.
wasn't alive then. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. But I mean, that's the example of society taking care of somebody who did something wrong.
It's just simple because
we should still tar and feather people. I mean, that would be way better than taking them to court. Just fucking tar and feather.
Yeah.
Tar and feather. Fucking have an angry mob tar and feather.
Yeah.
You fucking molested a kid, tarred and feathered. Right downtown, City Park.
Yeah.
You know, tell everybody. Put it on the radio.
Have everyone come and then
on Thursday, whatever date, 2:30 p.m. We're gonna tar and feather this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Everybody come down and bring popcorn. You can throw that at him too. It'll stick. Throw Skittles at his ass.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Old tires. throw fucking tire irons at him. It'll stick. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying as an example. That's the way that's the way that people used to handle shit, you know.
No.
Okay, because he comes up as Joseph Smith, Missouri. I knew it was Missouri, but they got him in Ohio, so he was on the run or something. That's a long ways to go from Missouri to Ohio.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a bit of a jaunt. Cause of death, gunshot wound.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize he got shot.
Really?
I didn't know that. Who shot him?
An angry mob.
Oh, really? So he was born in 1805 and he only lived till 1844. So he was not that old.
Nope.
Wow. And at 24, he published the Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
And then, so 14 years later, wow. Wasn't he a stellar looking? Dude, his eyes are a little close together. Yeah, dude. I'm sure you've seen a picture.
Fuck that.
I show it to you, and you're like,
yeah, no, I'm kind of know. Yeah. Hey, I was a Mormon for like 3 years, and then I was like,
no, I'm not trying to rub fucking salt in your wounds or anything like that.
Oh, trust me.
That was an example I was thinking of somebody that society had handled who was perhaps not so good of a person.
But let me say, it's funny when you're in the Mormon church because all the Mormons are like, they tell you the whitewashed version of Joseph Smith's story, and you're like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. And then you go and do your research, and you're like, oh, fuck. It's like...
Well, I never knew anything about it until I was in college, and I had a theology class, and it was a survey of Christian thought, and you had to write a 12-page paper on whatever topic you wanted to involving religions. Any religion, it didn't matter. And I thought, well, I'm from Cody, Wyoming.
Yeah.
I mean, predominantly, I grew up. I mean, there's a lot of Mormon people.
Oh yeah.
And I thought, you know what? I've never learned anything about their religion. So I looked into it, and I wrote like a 24-page paper on it.
Yeah.
And I was pretty fucking surprised by what I found.
Yeah.
And not to say anything bad about the people.
No.
I don't have a thing bad to say about anybody who practices the Mormon faith. Honestly, I do not.
No,
so please understand that. I don't have a bad thing to say.
But let me say,
but it's like the founding, it's like the start of all religions.
Yeah.
Right? It all started from a fallacy and just, weirdoism and just...
No, but let me say, as an adult man going to BYU without knowing what a Mormon was... Hold on.
I can't even, especially coming from the University of Miami. Oh my God. Talk about culture shock.
Yeah.
Dude, that had to have been like fucking absolutely like.
Yeah. It's like,
you were
wait,
going,
where are
"What
the hot girls? It's like,
what the fuck did I just do to myself?
yeah. But let me say,
Holy shit, man.
it's like,
That had to have been absolutely nuts.
it's like if you listen to the Mormon shit and then you listen to regular people tell you the same story, it's like completely different because it's like,
I can imagine.
yeah.
Like I said, I've had them show up at the house.
Yeah.
And
Oh, no, they're super nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny when they show up here and I answer the door.
Yeah.
Right. They look at me and I mean.
They look at your tattoos and they're like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like the two sisters, I remember their names, but I won't say it because I don't like to say names. But there were two sisters that would come by. And the first time I just got home, I had nothing on but a wife beater, and they come over there. I'm like, how you doing, sisters? I was like, you guys want something cold to drink? I'm like, I'm having a beer right now, but and they're like, I said, I got some iced tea or some lemonade.
Yeah.
I said, you can't have caffeine either, right? Unless it's a fucking Pepsi or a Coke. Which one do you guys own? And they're like, huh? So I think they bought Coke, didn't they, or something? Yeah. And so I'm like, you guys come in, and they're like kind of standoffish, and then go get me a glass of lemonade. I'm like, sit down.
Yeah.
So I told them, I said, first of all, you're not gonna convert me.
Yeah.
I think you understand that already. And I was like, well, we can have a conversation. And we did. We sat there and talked for a long time. I mean, Jax was little. He walked in at the time. He looks and kind of looks at me. He's like, I'm like, huh? And I'm like, this is scamper.
Yeah.
And they left, and I mean, we shook hands, and I mean, next time they were in the neighborhood, they just came by.
Yeah.
And like, hey, Mike, can we get a glass of lemonade? I'm like, yeah, come on in. And,
Yeah.
I mean, we sat down. I'm like, how you been, sisters? You guys been
Yeah.
all right? And I mean, we had a great rapport and relationship, and it was all good, man. It was like,
Yeah.
And they respected me, and I respected them. I'm like, hey, to each his own. It's
Yeah.
when you start trying to fucking force your shit on other people. That's when I have a problem.
Well,
and that's
let
when I
me
have a
say-
problem with belief.
Let me say, when I went to BYU, it was like 99.9% of the people were Mormons. So it's like,
And white.
yeah. And you just look at them and you're like, why are you all so interested in converting me?
Well,
Yeah.
you got to join them.
Yeah.
You got to drink the Kool-Aid. They're probably looking at you going, what's going on with this What's going on with this Mexican cat over here? We gotta whiten him up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
We gotta get him in a crispy white shirt and some khakis. Get him in some loafers.
Which they succeeded at doing. It's like,
Yeah. Did you carry around the book with you?
no.
No. Joseph Smith's Unseen Stone.
Oh my God.
Dum 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 dum.
South Park.
I'd love to see that Broadway play.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't seen the Book of Mormon?
I've seen the episode, but they made a Broadway play.
Yeah. The Book of Mormon. Yeah. Oh my God,
not.
you gotta see it.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah, you can watch it on YouTube. But
That's what I'm doing tonight. I just found something. Thank you, Ricardo. That's why you're the navigator. Now I got something to do after we get done.
yeah. No,
I've
it's
never seen
great.
it. Yeah, my brother saw it in New York, and he said it was.
It's fucking
brilliant.
amazing. It's like, yeah.
The episode on South Park was great.
No.
Joseph Smith's Unseen Stone.
No.
Dum,
But,
dum, dum,
but
dum.
the whole play.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, it was Trey Parker and Matt Stoner. They're
No,
totally
yeah,
irreverent.
no, but they played graphs like a couple of missionaries in Africa.
Who was that? Remember that guy Sean Bradley that was like 7'7" or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh God. And he got to play basketball for like 7 years because of his
Yeah.
So he was playing like his senior year of NCAA basketball, and he's 7'7" tall, and he was like 26 years old because of going on his mission.
Yep.
And the dude couldn't jump, he couldn't run.
Yeah.
I wonder what ever happened to him.
I have no idea.
It'd be interesting because he was huge.
Yeah, no,
But he
but
was skinny as fuck.
but anyways, it's like
Sorry.
it's like amazing the whole Book of Mormon play, like the missionaries. I mean, I don't want to ruin it for you,
Well, I don't think you will.
but it's like they go to Africa and then they try teaching the Book of Mormon to the Africans, and they realize like, wait, this is all crap. So they start their own religion. They convince the Africans to join the religion. It's great. It's like
I'm gonna have
it's
to watch
fucking
that.
great.
Sean Bradley's 49 now. and he lives in Landstuhl, Germany. 7'6", and he only weighs 275 pounds. Wears a size 16 shoe.
Oh my God.
And wow, good grief. What's going on with it? Yeah. Oh my God, he got in an accident.
How?
He got paralyzed.
Oh
my God,
no.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't want to see that. Jesus Christ, paralyzed as a result of a bike accident. Suffered a traumatic spinal cord injury that left him paralyzed. Wow, that sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't want to. I mean, I wasn't meaning to. I guess that changes me laughing at him. I mean, I'm trying to laugh at him or anything, but shit, that sucks.
Hey, I mean,
I don't wish a guy ill or anything like that. I was just using him as an example of a guy that played in the. I mean, Jesus Christ.
But let me say, like, I suffer a traumatic brain injury, and the doctors were like, "We don't even know in which shape we're returning your husband." So.
Yeah, shit, that sucks. That's shitty.
Yeah,
that's not something you want to hear. I mean, I honestly, I would never wish anybody ill because of their religious affiliation.
Yeah, no,
obviously not at all. Will I laugh at the? Yeah, certainly I laugh at religion. I'm sorry, I do. I think it's fine.
It's fine. I mean,
to believe in the magic man up there. No. And we got the magic man. And, if I was to start a religion and everybody had to wear Dodger hats.
Yeah, no.
If you don't wear your Dodger hat, you're not part of the religion.
Yeah.
Fuck that. What? It's silly. I think. I don't wish anybody ill.
No.
Well, except for child molesters.
Yes, please.
and rapists and murderers and, really evil cats. I don't wish them well. But Sean Bradley definitely was not an evil character. He was just a big, tall dude that played at BYU, and I was just bringing him up because he was playing college basketball at an older age than anybody else because of his mission.
Yeah.
He had a 2-year mission, so, and you never know with a guy like that. I mean, he was skinny and stuff. He may have just gone and lifted weights for a couple of years. Maybe not. I don't know. Who's to say? I'm not.
Yeah, no.
It's not my place to judge or say. It's just he was one of those characters that I just thought.
Yeah.
I hope that he's all right, and I hope his family's okay. And I'm glad he's alive, and I'm really honestly would never wish anything ill upon anybody whatsoever, unless you're a child molester or a rapist or a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Basically, that encompasses it all. If you're a piece of shit, fuck off.
You deserve it.
Fuck off. And eat a bag of shit.
Yeah.
Eat a bag of dicks in prison.
Anyway.
in a prison shower room. Have fun. No, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, we should.
I guess. We always get to this point where it's just like, what did we just talk about? Sorry, we just led you all on a crazy little journey of.
No, but today it was good.
Yeah, it was.
It's like every other day.
Good.
Yeah,
every day is good, and that's the thing, folks.
Yeah,
I guess come down to it. Every day is good.
Yeah.
Regardless of what kind of shitty state we happen to be in, as a country, as people. I guess the message today is going to revert back to Brandon Hart's song.
Yeah.
About neighbors.
Yeah.
Know your neighbors. Shake hands with your neighbors.
Get
to know them.
Even if they make it so hard to actually like him.
Yeah, and if it's somebody that if you're fearful because the person happens to be from a different place that you've never had anything to do with.
Hey, I'm from Mexico and all my neighbors are white, so it's like
who gives
they
a
all
shit?
Look at me like, who's that dude? And
who cares? I
yeah,
I don't know, dude. Like I said, when I met you, I was just like, dude, this guy's got a fucking. I think that's what I told you, right? I said, dude, you got a story to tell.
Yeah,
right. We all have a story to tell, and they're not so different from each other.
No,
and really, what we all want out of life is not so different either.
No.
My heart and thoughts, that doesn't mean anything, but it goes out to, all the people that are down there at the border right now with that catastrophe. I feel for all of them.
Yeah.
I feel for everybody involved, whether it be the border,
guards,
the border agents or the people that are under that fucking bridge down there. That's bullshit. And
they're Haitians and they're trying to cross into the U.S. and now it's like Mexicans and Americans are sending them back, but it's like
right. And
it's like such a big mess. It's like
it is a mess too because a lot of the Haitians that are coming over, they went to Brazil in 2010 after that earthquake, so they've already been they've already got their feet under them, and they've been in Brazil, and 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 granted, some of them have got to be coming over after and they've Haiti is a nation that's that's a country just filled with corruption and murder, and it cannot be a very good place to
because if you look at Mexico as like the next big thing, it's like
Mexico has got a history that's where do you start? It starts with the to me, and I'm not obviously Hispanic. However, the studying and things it all starts with, the Hijos de las Chicadas, it's like the sons of the whore. Yeah. Right? And that starts with the explorers.
The conquistadors.
Yeah, the conquistadors. Yeah, you're talking about the scourge of fucking.
But Mexico was
Christopher Colon and fucking.
But Mexico was a big country even like 300 years before the conquistadors came. So
it was. And there was a lot of bad. Really, you look at the Incas and the Mayans and the Aztecs. They're playing sports with people's heads. Yeah. Right. Human sacrifice was a big thing. There was a lot of fucking crazy shit going on.
Yeah, but they look at human sacrifice in a different way. It was just like, let's conquer this tribe and then let's sacrifice those people. So it's like different than what we understand as.
Well, it is. Yeah. Even the Vikings, of which I'm a descendant of, and I'm an Odinist, and they also participated annually in a human sacrifice. But it was a thing of honor for whoever it was that was going to sacrifice themselves. It was it was a decision that was made consciously, and they did. And I guess what it comes down to is, honestly, in my perception, this body that we have, we're in a car. Yeah, we're in a rental car, right?
And then we're going to leave the
it's
car.
A rental car. Yeah. It's a rental car. That's all it is. We are consciousness, and we're not here for long. No, and it can happen any day. Tomorrow could be 5 minutes from now. You never know. You think about like people in the Middle East, right? Like they're sitting there in an apartment building and whatever. Tonight could be if the United States decides they're going to send a drone over. Oh yeah, and they figure that there's 3 terrorists in a whole fucking apartment building and they want to take them out. Then guess what? All the rest of the people in there, who gives a fuck? Your life means nothing. We don't care. We're taking these guys. And chances are the 3 terrorists are guys that lost their wife and kids when they were off at work one day, and the Taliban or ISIS or Al Qaeda or whatever was able to bring them into the fold. And in that position too, I'd be the same way. If I was to be away from my home and I lost my son, whoever was responsible on the other end, I would not wouldn't give a fucking shit about my life at that point in time, and I'd be willing to give it to make sure that there was some kind of fucking reparations made. And it would probably be fucking bloody. Yeah. And so you got to sit there and you got to look at the word terrorist and I don't know. There's a lot of those people involved in these groups that have done some heinous things. But you know what? The biggest terrorist organization there is right here in this country. Yeah. We have no right being involved in all that. No. We've got no right to be over there bombing people. Jesus Christ, with the whole fucking Iraq debacle, I think there were 500,000 fucking kids killed. For what? Yeah. And you wonder why people don't like us as Americans?
Yeah. And it's like Afghanistan. It's like, why on earth did we pull everyone out? It's like...
Before we got everybody... we needed to come home. We needed to get that done and get out of there.
But that's not the right way.
No, it was not. And that's the whole thing. It's like I was all for the withdrawal of troops from Afghanistan, but not like that. No. You don't leave people behind. You don't leave people that worked with the United States. You don't leave American citizens that want out. You don't allow the Taliban to just come in. And they acquired what? $90 billion worth of, now they've got Blackhawks and Humvees and they've got 600,000 fucking M4 carbine rifles and other fucking arms and they're wearing our fatigues and they've got our body armor and helmets and everything. It's like the American people just spent 20 years of their tax dollars on fucking nothing. Yeah. It would have been the same Except they wouldn't have had all that shit had we just not even fucking. I mean, we could have just gone over there and plucked that fucking goofy Bin Laden if he was actually behind it.
Yeah.
And who knows? Who knows who was really behind 9/11? And I mean, I'm not going to get into that can of worms. I mean, and I'm not sitting here being a conspiracy theorist. I just don't fucking know. I just don't know. I mean, it seems to me that it's kind of weird that it took that long to find a 6'5" Arab dude on dialysis that was hiding in a fucking cave.
Yeah.
We don't have the technology to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I can piss somebody off right now on this fucking podcast, and they can go out there in that fucking yard from outer space and read my license plate number on my fucking truck.
Yeah.
And know who I am. And you can't find a guy on a dialysis machine.
Yeah.
Who's 6'5", wearing a dress and a turban.
Yeah.
In a cave. Come on.
No.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. I mean, and then the fact is after that thing happened, who was sitting on the fucking the balcony of the Oval Office smoking cigars with fucking
Biden.
George Bush Jr.? It was Prince Bandar.
Yeah.
They called him Bandar Bush. That's how close he was with the Bush family.
Yeah.
He was sitting there like they flew all of Bin Laden's family. They were the only ones who were allowed on a flight out of the United States that day. That was it. Nobody else. And Prince Bandar.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're starting to see the waves of hyperinflation.
Yeah.
And I've been saying this for a long time that it's on its way. Well, it's here. And it's coming in waves. And if you don't wake the fuck up.
It's like I mentioned earlier, it's like to revise in the middle of summer, they used to be $15. Yeah. Now it's like $32. I'm like, no way.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's like I said, tonight I go over to Albertsons and I buy a pound and a half of ground beef. And it was $8.
Yeah.
And that was on sale. I mean,
it's crazy.
When I was buying a calf every year, and I mean, by the time it was all said and done across the board, I was like $1.50 a pound. And that included all the steaks, the roasts, there was a certain amount of it that I'd have making a ground beef. But I mean, for under $1,500, I'm getting 700 to 800 pounds of grass-fed South Fork beef. No, none of the bullshit in it, right? Like, I mean, they're just out there, happy cow.
Yeah.
Out there eating grass, And then day comes and you just go out, they're happy with you and you're walking along and just plink.
Yeah.
But there's no cortisol released because they're not stressed. I mean, like you see those cattle going into the slaughterhouses and they're stressed because
everyone is freaking out.
Think they don't know what's happening. They're watching their cousins or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, they're watching everybody they know.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be the equivalent of, being in Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
And going into
the concentration camp.
Yeah, going into Auschwitz. You know what's coming.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
And you don't want to be there, yeah.
I mean, everybody thinks animals are stupid. They're not.
No.
They're not stupid. They have intuition. They know. Even my fucking dumbass cat that I can't stand, he fucking knows what's up.
Yeah.
Like, I can point at shit. I can point and make him get up on the cabinet. I mean, he knows his name.
Yeah.
Like, he has a personality.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there is something. I mean, he doesn't speak our language. It doesn't mean that he doesn't know what's up, I mean, he doesn't know what's up all the way. But, I mean, still, an animal has, they've got intuition and knowledge. And so, and people are above that, I suppose.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know. Judging by the way a lot of people behave this day and age, a lot of them, I guess, don't have the sense of a fucking cat because from what I see with a lot of them, man, it's like, fucking Jesus Christ. I mean, how fucking dumb you got to be. I mean, these morons. I mean, just turn on fucking MSNBC for a minute and watch that fucking horse shit.
No, I can't.
Or turn on Fox News and watch that shit. I mean, all of it's just bullshit. It's just a bunch of crap. And people just sit there and fucking soak it up and drink it up and put their hat on and point fingers at each other and fuck that.
I just can't do it. It's like, fuck.
Well, I don't like to do it, but I guess the reason I'm involved is because I want to know what's going on, and I've always been the type of person that, I mean, I don't consider myself affiliated with either side of the fence. I mean, on a weekly basis, I'll have somebody say, "Oh, you're a left wing fucking idiot, or you're a right wing," and it's like, no, I'm not. It's like I don't care. I dislike each side equally. Yeah. I dislike the Republicans. I dislike the Democrats.
Yeah,
I dislike all of them.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, so it's not that I'm on one side or the other. I don't like Biden. I didn't like Trump. I mean, I didn't like George Bush Jr. I didn't like Obama. I didn't like Bill Clinton. I don't like any of them.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, because what kind of, you got to think about what kind of, what kind of person are you to run for an office like, say, the president, to run as a senator. What kind? I mean, that is a narcissistic personality. To think that you are in a position to not only spend all that money, but then put yourself in a position where you're an authoritarian over a country of 330-some million people. And you're not.
No, and then
it's
get to make decisions representing those people. It's like...
But they don't represent the people either. They represent the lobbyists.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the thing. They're just in there for the money.
Yep.
And that's what, I mean, that's what gets me is... I mean, what kind of narcissistic personality would you have to run for the president of the United States?
Oh, my God.
I mean,
unless you're Biden and he doesn't remember shit.
I don't think he even knows. He's got handlers. Yeah. I don't even know if who even knows with him?
Yeah.
I don't even know if he knows where. Did you see him riding around on that bicycle? Yeah. Jesus Christ, he looked like a fucking 4-year-old on that thing, you know, looking about ready to teeter-totter over. It's like, who put that helmet on him? He's wearing that fucking goofy fucking... I mean, everybody's yelling and screaming, fuck you, Biden, and, you know, he's fucking riding around, French fries and gravy.
Yeah.
I mean...
You know what made me laugh is when he stopped and saw the kids and they were wearing the Screw You Biden t-shirts and he's like all happy and I'm like...
Yeah.
What?
He doesn't even understand. Yeah. He didn't even know his own name.
Yeah.
It's like he did at that one campaign rally with like 100 people. He's like, if you don't like me, then vote for the other Biden. What? Hi, it's Joe 30333030. If you don't like me, give me a look. Vote for the other Biden. What? I mean, the media finally came out and said that laptop was a legit deal with his fucking doofy ass kid.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine if that had been one of Donald Trump's kids? There was a crackhead lying to the feds about getting a firearm and shit. I mean, they impeached him. They fucking impeached him after he was out of office. For fuck's sake, that's not even fucking like it's not even a thing.
Yeah.
How you gonna? You can't impeach a fucking motherfucker after he's out of office.
Yeah.
Didn't they impeach him over a phone call with?
The Ukrainian president.
Who Hunter Biden is in cahoots with.
Yeah.
And Joe Biden. They're both in with those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
The most corrupt country on the planet. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. And then that fucking goofy ass Rachel Maddow and fucking that goddamn what's his face, Keith Olbermann. He should have just stuck to sportscasting, man. Because he's a fucking guy. He's so fucking goony. He doesn't fucking know his head from his fucking ass. I mean, his head is up his ass, so I guess he probably does know it. They're both in the same fucking place, up his ass.
Yeah.
I mean, and he shits into his own brain.
I agree.
Fucking morons. Anyway, all right, we're going to wrap it up. On the closing note.
Yeah.
Be good to each other.
Yes, please. I mean...
And fucking get to know your fucking neighbors.
It doesn't take a lot of effort. It just takes, like, be nice. And
know your neighbors, right?
Yeah.
Like, reach across the aisle and shake somebody's fucking hand. You know what I mean? And get to know somebody. If they don't look like you or think the same way as you, who gives a fucking shit? Talk to somebody.
It's like when you came into a liquor store and you were like, "Hey, I'm Mike," and I was like, It's like, okay.
It's because I talked to. I mean, a lot of times I don't. But if I've had dealings with, I dealt with you. I've been in there a couple of times, and I was like, you know, and I think I even told my buddy that night. I said, I said, I'm not going to talk to this cat here because I think this dude's got something that he needs to say. And I think he's got a story to tell. And you know, my friend's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, just hang tight, man. Don't be out. You know what I mean? Honestly, it's like, you know, you got to do that. You got to, you know, I mean, I had a buddy in prison that told me one time, he goes, you ain't too bad for a white guy. I said, well, you ain't too bad for a black dude either. You know, I mean, it's like we had a good laugh. And we're still friends.
Yeah.
We're friends because of that. It was politically incorrect. Who gives a fuck? It was funny.
No one cares.
Shit.
Yeah.
And it crossed, it broke that line of like,
exactly. It's
I'm not supposed to talk to you. You're not supposed to talk to me. Bullshit. It's like, we're all people. We're all people. We're all neighbors. We're all fucking neighbors, people.
Exactly.
So on that note, I'm going to replay this song again. This is, once again, this is Neighbors by Mr. Brandon Hart. And it is directed by Devin Locke, shot by Christian Eichman. I want to make sure that I give props out to everybody involved in this, because I think this is a great video and it's a good song. I'm sorry about my voice coming and going. I'm an amateur. This is amateur night, and we're going to go have ravioli. So peace out.
See you guys.
Peace and chicken grease.